really glad I did not go to the bathroom just now. And also for the table in the back that's playing the drinking game, I've been told there's a game tonight, so I'll keep this one short. So each year, the Alumni Association recognizes an outstanding upperclassman who most exemplifies achievement, a positive attitude, and willingness to teach and advance the educational aspects of WJPZ. The Wright Lock Award has become a banquet staple, and this year we have two incredible candidates that embody these qualities. Paul Mancano is a junior and sitting sports director at Z89 and hosts the Z Morning Zoo. Under Paul's leadership, more students called play-by-play for the Syracuse women's basketball team in 2015 and 2016 than ever before, gaining valuable experience for the next step in their careers and covering the most successful team in women's basketball history. Kind of a little treat on that one. Paul has worked to grow a sports staff that had seen a decrease in numbers, and he coached talent to grow the product. Z staffer Nate White says that Paul strives to constantly improve himself and others around him. Scott Stabbert is a senior and sitting broadcast consultant at Z89 who has multiple on-air duties and most recently served as the station's program director. Scott has continued to continue station traditions like the Top 89 Countdown at the end of each year, and he's created new programming like the annual April Fool's Flip you heard yesterday, and new ways to package and expose the media. He's taken staff development to a new level with his open door policy while he's live on the air, his YouTube videos of proper board operating techniques, and step-by-step guides for new members. Z staffer Megan Flynn says that through his love for the business and constant encouragement of younger members, Scott has proven that he is essential to Z, and it wouldn't be the same without him. This year the committee had a really difficult task. We were happy to take that task on, but it was tough. We had to select just one of these two stellar leaders at this station. And we want to thank both Paul and Scott for their amazing contributions to this station and congratulate them on their success. Tonight, on behalf of the association, I'm proud to present the 2016 Wright Lock Award to Scott Stabbert.
Someone said, Scott, you gotta run. I said, wait, I just had the cake. I can't get the exercise right now.
Let's get you in the middle here.
Let's see if I can not fall off the steps here, you know? Right here. This photograph is being taken by the official photographer of Syracuse University. See, the official photographer. Congratulations there. Good catch, huh? Not bad, Scott. Outstanding, huh? Hey, Scott. What's that career you want to get into?
I want to go full-time into radio.
Radio broadcasting. First of all, everybody, I want everybody to get on your orange beads, socks, shoes, ties, everything. Before we start, just want you to rub the microphone here with some orange. We're going to need it in about another half hour or so here. Down in Houston, Texas, less than a half hour. Just be real quick. I cannot say enough about Saturday, April 2nd, year 2016. Erica, thank God for you and your keynote address on this wonderful Saturday here in Syracuse. For those who don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Rick Wright. And of course, as I look out into this room tonight, here at the Sheraton on the campus of Syracuse University, I'm filled with really incredible emotions. One thing, hey, Scotty, you couldn't have written a better script than this one, man. Today is my son's birthday. Wright III. He turned 18 years old. How did that happen? But I'll say this real quick. Steve, when I first came to Syracuse University, I only had 4 objectives. 4 objectives. To get my doctoral degree in instructional technology and radio. Second, I wanted to see big-time college football in Arch Bowl Stadium. You never heard of that place, have you? It was situated right where the world-famous Carrier Dome is now. Next, I wanted to see the original Erie Canal that flowed through the streets of Syracuse. And on the 4th, being a history buff, and also I wanted to find out about my ancestors who came through Syracuse, New York on the Underground Railroad, escaping slavery in the South. I wanted to see where Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Bishop Jermaine Wesley Logan, and others. Those are the only 4 objectives I had. I came here September of 1970. Previously, I'd been on faculty at Delaware State University. You know, I realized this a few years ago. Hey, Mr. Wade, and Dan Austin, Jeff, y'all discovered this game in a party one night or something? Y'all was drinking?
It's over dinner.
Rick Wright bingo. And for years, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I really didn't know what was going on. Everybody was looking down at the table, and then finally somebody said, bingo! Damn, what the hell are they doing out there, Rick? I didn't know what y'all were doing for years. I'm serious. And it's happening right now. Wow. Well, years ago, this time of night, Saturday night, what time is it right now? This will be real quick, so the game's going to happen. But guess what I was doing in roughly 1970, 71, 72? At this time of the night, on a Saturday night. Reuben, long before you were thought about. On a Saturday night, baby. I was Rick Wright at night. On 1260 Greg Hernandez, WNDR, baby. Look, is Bob Shannon still alive? Hey, Lil Raffy, you in New York, man, #1 disc jockey in New York. You heard of Bob Shannon? No, I'm not talking Bob Shannon, who was at Erica knows about, at WCBS FM. Well, he was really Don Bombard, Syracuse, New York. Well, I used to follow him, and of course, when I was on air at WNDR, that's when Bobby Costas and all the students from Syracuse University would come out and visit your dad, Reuben. I was on the air playing Chuck Berry, baby, Roll Over Beethoven, baby, Elvis Koski the News. Any of you checking out Vinyl on HBO? Who's seen Vinyl? The dark side of our industry in the early 1970s. That's when I was on air. I'm enjoying that production. But really, my first 2 years here at Radio WNDR, Rick Wright all through the night, trying to get my doctoral dissertation done under Dr. Larry Myers and Dr. Donald P. Ely, remembering Dean Kenneth Bartlett, who created our program in 1929 here at Syracuse University. We have an incredible history. But I want to make this short because this is the moment that I am so emotional about. And every year, as I get older and look out at what has happened, when I came back to Syracuse, I left in 72, went to Durham, North Carolina, Eric. I was on faculty at North Carolina Central University. Classmates of mine started up a new FM radio station, WAFR FM in Durham. In fact, Ebony Magazine did a big spread on us called A Black Voice in Durham. Then I left there and went to Trenton, New Jersey. Hey, y'all ever heard about crooks in our industry? You know, the mob, you know, all this kind of stuff. It does exist. Take my word from it. I learned my lesson in Trenton, New Jersey as General Manager and Vice President WTNJ, 1300 on the dial. Well, I left there, went to Washington, D.C., and by the way, God works in mysterious ways, because the very same building that Scotty McFarlane is in right now, 4001 Nebraska Avenue, I was local sales manager, Erica. Oh my God, you remember Jack Thayer? Goodness. On your side nationwide, God bless his soul. He was running the NBC radio division, and I went into Washington, D.C. at WRC and WKYS. By the way, Eric, I was the guy that gave the idea to turn WKYS to become a disco radio station, and NBC got rich with the deal. Well, I came back to Syracuse. Here is the moment for me. I'd already been in Syracuse. I came back on faculty. Dean Hank Schulte, Dr. Donald Levy, Dr. Myers said, Rick, you got to come back to Syracuse. And of course, I had to get back. I had to finish up my doctoral dissertation, and I got done. Well, I was in my office at the Newhouse School of Public Communications, which is right across the street from where we are now. And I'm in there, brand new faculty. Remember, I had 2 books on the shelf, an old typewriter. Anybody remember Mrs. Marilyn Bentley? Greg, you remember Marilyn, Mrs. Bentley, Dr. Myers, the secretary? The one who would inspect your office. You had too many chairs, she would take them out, you know, that kind of stuff. Low budget operation. Well, I'm in my office. I think this had to be the 2nd week, September 1975. And Steve, here was the moment. I'm sitting there, and a big knock comes at the door. I guess one knocks out there. And standing in the doorway was Bill Bliley and Craig Fox. By the way, Craig just did another strange kind of a deal here in Syracuse for you radio types. He just swapped out 3 of the stations to get another station to put country on what was the original country station here in town at 92.1 megahertz WSCN. It is now WOLF. Wow, what about that story? Sharon Marshall in heaven is saying, my God, what's happening, Rick? Well, Craig and Bill Bliley are standing there in the doorway, Erica. And they said, Professor, man, we need help quick, fast, and in a hurry. We have a new radio station we've put on the air, and we've used all the equipment from WAER. Hey, Bob, WAER's equipment in the old prefabs, the original location, had been thrown in the trash can, the dumpster. And then Newhouse 2 was built, and that's with the new studios for WAER. So they grabbed all the stuff, hooked it up, and had a radio station. The location for the radio station is in the exact, I'm a naval officer, latitudinal and longitudinal dimensions of where we are right now. Just go down further. And the Spectrum office, a Mary Mancini. Oh, here she is. Mary Mancini. The Spectrum Student Center, which is the forerunner of the Shine Student Center, was a rickety old building. So Bill Bliley and Craig Fox said, Professor, the university. Hey, Bob, don't worry about that rooftop thing you had, because I was always running cover for y'all, man. You can't imagine the meetings I took for the administration, which I loved. Well, they came to me and they said, Professor, the administration is trying to kick our radio station, which was WJPZ radio, off campus and get rid of us. I said, show me the radio station. Where you located? We're in the basement of the Spectrum house, the rickety house that Mary Mancini was mentioning. And I went down that day, and Erica, I said something to the senior citizen in the room. That's why I keep bringing this up to Erica, you know. I still got your name, you know. And I'm thinking of the gods in heaven. By the way, great-great-grandmother told me to tell you all that she loves you. The great-great-grandmother's social media is radio broadcasting. And she's alive and well, and I'm representing her tonight. But anyway, I went down that evening, that afternoon that is, to the basement of the Spectrum office building. I want to call it something better than the rickety old building. And I walked down that day, and there were at least about 18, 19 students of that era. Hey, Greg, were you in there? That was 1975. Were you in the room that day?
Yes, sir.
Johnny D was the announcer on air, and Johnny was sightless. We had a RCA audio console, had 2 turntables out of somebody's dormitory room, Spotmaster card machine, and boxes full of 45s and albums were all over the floor. I was absolutely in heaven, having grown up in radio broadcasting and loving it. And I said, yes, well, what do I have to do? Professor, we need to be authorized as an official student organization here at Syracuse University. I said, hey, let's make that happen right now. You'll help us? Guys, I'm a radio professor, man. I know this town. This is fantastic. So I signed off the papers and became the first advisor for WJPZ radio. By the way, WJPZ is supposed to sound like WABC. So says they told me that years, and ABC was a big top 40 radio station that they wanted to emanate there in the mid-1970s. But to make this story real short, I cannot imagine what would have happened if I had not signed that official document in 1975. If I had not signed that document creating WJPZ radio, all of these beautiful, wonderful students and family members that I'm looking at tonight would not exist. And I'm turning 73, July 24th. And, you know, when you get older, you see the big picture. And I'm just so thankful that this trip to Syracuse University for me has been one magnificent trip. And tonight, as we go to the Final Four, hey, I got a son who's 18. By the way, Ruben's birthday has been celebrated tonight, but also he is a up-and-coming addition to the Syracuse University family. Ruben has dual admittance to the SIU School of Public Communications and the Maxwell School of Citizenship. So a freshman, and Ruben, what is going to be WJPZ? All right, and Ruben's already a budding broadcaster with his dad on Power 620. By the way, tomorrow I'm on air from 1 until 7. Y'all know the phone number. If you're leaving town, whatever, give me a call and have you on the air and salute you. And of course, to our 2 Hall of Famers who have just came on board, outstanding. Hey, 1,000 watts, huh? Yeah. Okay. The original first power output for WJPZ at 1200 on the AM radio dial was 1/10 of a watt. How you like that? And of course, as we talk about the lock, that's a whole nother story. Because what had happened, you know, we had a TV station, Lucky 7. Yes, WJPZ had a TV station that was on air for only 3 days on the weekends. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Never forget Jerry Bosher at Channel 3, those days, WSYR, came on the air at the 6 o'clock news and said, there's a new television station on air in Syracuse. They're using the call letters Lucky 7. And in the animation labs of the Newhouse School, they had a dice going across the floor. It's the Lucky 7. And of course, the programming included such great, incredible media experiences, such as Linda Lovelace in Deep Throat, and the WJPZ people were in protective masses to cover up their faces and all. Hillary Levine, I love you, darling. Had your father in my intro class many years ago. I love him. Ed, outstanding. We talk about you. Thank God for all you do and your family, keeping local radio alive. But the bottom line is, with the little situation after I took over the radio station, Craig Fox is a super engineer. Competition, you know, Craig. He's part of the WJPZ family now. And we put a new antenna. You're talking a new antenna going in? You see the antenna that hung off the corner of Day Hall. Antenna got nice and long. Now, why is a TV station in this? Well, after the last showing of WZ89 TV on that Sunday night, they dismantled the station. What happened the next day, that Monday? Who showed up Monday? They dismantled the station roughly about 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, virtually just wiped it away. Next morning, the Federal Communications Commission showed up on campus here at Syracuse University. Steve, my phone's ringing off the hook, man. I was getting phone calls from the Los Angeles Times. In fact, the New York Daily News, I have the headline in one of my boxes I can show you. Parrot TV station, Syracuse students did it. Front page of the Daily News. Well, they came in and they started looking around, and the broadcast engineers at that time did a sneak inspection of WAER radio. And they walked into AER, and those days all the operators had to have third-class FCC broadcast license with broadcast endorsement. And they really were looking for WJPZ TV. And so they went up and inspected WAER, and also they had heard from another engineer here in town on WSOQ that was operating at 1220 on the dial, that there was a new radio station in Syracuse at 1200, which is WJPZ. So the FCC went up to the top. Hey, Alec Silverman, are you in the house? Alec said he went up to the top of the roof and saw the new antenna going in. FCC went up there many years ago, and they found the WJPZ transmitter. Oh, this is the one we were looking for. So basically, Mr. J.J. Freeman, who was head of the broadcast engineering department, the FCC Buffalo office, basically said, station got to go up there. They kind of padlocked the place. They, under no circumstances will this station be operating. And then I wrote a letter over to the FCC and said, hey, these are my students, man. I said, well, okay, professor, just shorten the antenna, go back to that, whatever that rule is at part 73. And that's really what happened. But as we get ready for Syracuse University basketball, I love you. The big story tonight is we are alive and well, and we need WJPZ to continue because the industry is not developing anybody. I'm working over at iHeart Media here in Syracuse, and I do a Sunday afternoon show for about 7 hours. All the other 6 radio stations on computers. There's nobody there. And I keep saying, please don't let that happen. Because there's nobody here to report it except me, and I'll get the job done. But again, love you. Let's go Orange. Come on. Let's go Orange. Let's go Orange. Let's go Orange. Beat Carolina. Well, I'm from Carolina. Love you. You know how to find me. Thank you so much. And Ruben, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruben. Happy birthday to you. Already, go Orange City. I got the lucky stars here. Let's make this happen. All right. Showtime. Showtime. Jason Market. Here we go. Showtime, baby.
Dr. Roosevelt, Rick Wright, ladies and gentlemen. 2 items of business. Number 1, the secret box raffle winners have been pulled. They are at the back of the room. The tip-off is pushed back until 8:55. That means we do have time to take pictures as we have each of the last 30 years. Those are taken across the hall. So alumni first. Please get up and move across the hall. Alumni first. And then the current students' picture will be taken, and this is quiet. The room has been all night. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you.